What does it mean to live with honor? Not just on the battlefield, but in daily life. His name was Yamaga Soko, and his teachings would reshape the very soul of the warrior. Born in 1622 in Aizu Wakamatsu, Yamaga grew up during the long peace of the Tokugawa shogunate, a period where martial skill often went unused and warriors found themselves without the battles that once justified their social rank. From an early age, Yamaga immersed himself in Confucian philosophy, studying under the prominent scholar Hayashi Razan. Razan, an intellectual pillar of the shogunate, taught a strict interpretation of Neo-Confucianism, one that emphasized loyalty to the rulers above all else, promoting the samurai as instruments of state power, obedient and unquestioning. But for Yamaga, this message felt hollow. He questioned whether loyalty, without independent thought, could truly be called virtuous. Was a warrior simply a blade in the hand of the powerful, or could he be something greater? This internal conflict sparked a profound disillusionment with Razan's teachings. Yamaga believed that unthinking obedience degraded the soul, reducing the samurai to little more than hired muscle. Disconnected from any higher moral purpose, this dissatisfaction became the fuel for Yamaga's own intellectual rebellion. Rather than accept the notion that virtue meant blind service to political authority, he argued that true nobility required personal discernment and moral clarity. In his writings, he put forward a striking proposition. The samurai should not be passive enforcers, but active stewards of ethical leadership. Their mission, he insisted, was not only to protect, but also to inspire, to serve as examples of righteousness, wisdom, and cultural sophistication. Yamaga's concept of the Bushido, or way of the warrior, did not center on combat alone. One of his most influential contributions, the Bukkyo, laid out this philosophy with conviction. He proposed that strength without self-awareness was dangerous, that skill with a sword meant little if the mind remained untrained. In Yamaga's eyes, the ideal warrior embodied a balance between courage and contemplation, action and introspection. The blade was necessary, yes, but it was the mind, sharpened by learning and guided by virtue, that truly elevated the samurai. His vision challenged the very structure of the feudal hierarchy. Where others demanded loyalty to lords, Yamaga demanded loyalty to principle. He taught that the warrior's first allegiance should be to righteousness, not simply to orders. This was a radical notion, one that suggested the samurai possessed an inner duty to question authority when it strayed from justice. Such ideas were not without consequence. In 1665, Yamaga was expelled from Edo, accused of spreading heterodox views that undermined the established social order. His insistence on moral agency over blind submission was seen as subversive by those who benefited from the status quo. Cast out, he journeyed to Akko, where exile did not silence his voice. Instead, it provided fertile ground for his philosophy to take root. In Akko, Yamaga continued to write, teach, and shape the minds of those willing to listen. It was here that his influence reached the samurai of the Akko domain, most notably the 47 Ronin, whose dramatic act of loyalty and sacrifice would later become one of Japan's most celebrated stories of honor and duty. Though Yamaga did not lead them, his ideas about the warrior's role as a moral example undoubtedly echoed in their choices. Throughout his life, Yamaga produced a body of work that spanned ethics, military science, and historical thought. But what truly set him apart was his relentless insistence that the path of the warrior required as much intellectual discipline as physical readiness. He believed that education was not simply an adornment for the elite. It was essential armor for those who wielded power. Yamaga Soko died in 1685. His call for warriors to embody wisdom, reflection, and integrity continues to provoke reflection on the meaning of honor, not just for the samurai of old, but for anyone entrusted with responsibility.